Early in the morning.
What's going on, the people? Them, it's your boy Cam Topical Juice, and I'm back for my first video back in a week since Love Island, and this is one of the most insane videos I'm gonna have to address on this channel. Let's get straight into this video, guys. I ain't gonna tell you like, subscribe, all of that. Let's just get into this because this is very wow. I'm gonna have to handle this video with a lot of sensitivity and a lot of empathy. The reason I'm making this video today is because if some of you guys don't know, as it's still quite early in the morning, Murad Merali started to trend on Twitter. I'm following this as it's breaking. As it's breaking, someone sent me something. I thought, what? And I'm following this, I'm watching this unfold. I've gone to sleep and I've woken up and Murad Merali has actually made a video addressing this. So we now know there's some truth to the story. Now, what had started breaking last night was pictures of what appeared or what was alleged to be Murad, and it was his legs and his feet, and it was basically depicting him in this what would you call it, like race porn. I don't know, I don't really know what it is. Race play. That's basically what's kind of going viral here, what appears to be Murad, even though I'll be honest with you, the initial stuff that broke I didn't think was him, and then more kind of evidence is coming out, and more kind of like pictures of Murad on Instagram, but also cross-referencing it with the same outfit he's wearing on some race play website and all this stuff. So all this evidence is coming out, and I'm saying to my friends, I'm saying to whatever, I'm like, yo, what do you think? Is this him? While the whole of social media is trying to condemn him straight away, what do you lot think? It kind of looks like him, but I don't know. Like, for me to address this properly, I need more proof. So again, half an hour later, 45 minutes later, more stuff is coming out. There was a video on there, and in this video, he's putting his feet in a person's mouth, and he's saying, you know, what are you? And the person's saying, you're my slave, and all this stuff. And he's saying, you're a dirty white F-A-G-G-O-T. You're a dirty white, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. And it's obviously a fetish for both of the parties. I'll be honest with you, I don't judge fetishes. I don't really care about what people's fetishes are. Obviously the race element is something that needs to be discussed, but I don't give a shit what people's kinks are. I don't really care what people's fetishes, what they do behind closed doors. It ain't none of my business. I've got my own fetishes, I've got my own kinks. I don't care about that. The bit I care about is obviously the race element. Now, the reason it went kind of so viral is because there was captions underneath some of these pictures, some of these, you know, pictures of him and his feet, with his feet in people's mouths, black people's mouths, white people's mouths, Asian people's mouths. And the captions that went along with it was like something, you know, this and stuff like that, and blah, 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 and like all these kind of like now offensive words to people, and you know, this nigger, rah, 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 rah. Now the captions is what caused most of the controversy, because Murad, the image Murad has is that he's very pro-black, pro-minority, pro-Asian, you know, pro kind of life, liberal, you know, he's very forward-thinking, and this is not the behavior that you'd usually attribute to someone who is kind of forward-thinking and open-minded about these things. You know, oh, the irony, someone who's open-minded about black women and this and that is now fetishizing black men and blah, 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 and this weird kind of race play, blah, blah, blah. You get it? So that's where the controversy is stemming from. Now, I didn't think a lot of the footage was him until I saw the video of him calling the guy a dirty white F, you know what I'm saying, rah, rah, rah. That really sounded like his voice, and that's when I thought, wow, is this other stuff potentially him as well? Now anyway, let's fast forward to this morning. This morning, I've woken up and Murad Merali has released a video, and the title is Addressing My Past. Now the first thing I want to say is, Murad, I'm sorry. I'm extremely sorry that you had to expose such trauma to the public off the back of this. I'm sorry that you went through what you went through at that age, and I empathize. There's certain things that I can't talk about on YouTube personally, because the repercussions would be insane. All I'll say is I understand what it's like to have demons. I understand what it's like to have to address demons. I understand what it's like to look back at your past and see what type of things shaped you into being the person that you are today. So I'm sorry to Murad that he had to expose such a dark and traumatic time in his life to the public off the back of being forced to like this. No one should have to go through that type of trauma. Now, I'm not going to say what it was in this video because you can watch the video. It's literally just dropped on his channel. You can watch it. It's only 7 minutes long. This video will probably be longer than that. We all deal with trauma differently. We all deal with our demons differently. All I'll say to Murad is it's very important that we break the cycle of our traumas. Do you understand? People in my family have been through certain things and they never really took accountability for their decisions in life, and they often hid behind what they went through as a shield. Now, I'm not saying Murad's doing that. I'm not saying Murad's doing that at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the point is, I've now been through similar things to what this person's been through. I'm breaking the cycle. You understand? I won't ever allow future spawns and this and this to go through certain things. It's very important that Murad empowers himself, digs deep, and finds that strength from somewhere, that inner strength to break the cycle and continue to work on himself, because trauma affects us differently. Some people go this route, some people go that route, some people go that route. And there is no wrong or right answer to how we're affected by trauma. I can categorically tell you exactly how I am, the way I am off the back of certain things. You understand? So, listen, this is a very, 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 very touchy subject. And I really don't like the way that a lot of social media addressed it. As soon as this started to leak, everyone was jumping for joy for Murad's downfall. And this is the problem with social media. You lot are always looking to tear someone down. Now, I don't know what to think and what not to think. I don't know what's true and what's not true at this point, because he's denied some stuff and he's accepted some stuff, which I'll talk about in a sec. But one thing I'm not going to do is be happy for a man's downfall. I'm not going to be happy that this person has now been, well, exposed for his past, but also now he has to expose the vulnerable demons that he carries with him on a day-to-day basis. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of someone having to be forced to do that. That ain't right. I don't pray for another person's downfall. I'm securing myself. So all you people on social media that are so happy that this came out about Murad, you're actually sick. And you need to work on yourselves as well. Now, in terms of what Murad actually took accountability for and what he didn't, he categorically said that the captions in the pictures were not him. We have no proof that it's him. We can only take a man's word for it. I want to believe him, because there's obviously elements of me that thinks, well, if you can take accountability for some of the stuff, and some of the stuff that you took accountability for is the theme of race play, then what's stopping you from saying that type of stuff in that setting? So I'm a bit conflicted. I'm a bit conflicted in terms of what I truly believe. You know, is some of the stuff him, or is all of the stuff that's leaked him? I'm not sure. I'd like to believe that he wouldn't say the stuff about black people. But at the end of the day, this race play, I don't know what race play is, but if this is race play and it's a fetish, then what's to stop him from saying the stuff about black people if he's saying it about white people? And if you know what I'm saying? So obviously I have to look at it. I have to look at these things about, you know, both sides. But I like Murad, so this is not easy for me to say. I'm just being real with it. I'm looking at it from both sides. If someone's capable of saying this type of stuff, surely they can say this type of stuff in that kind of setting of race play. But at the end of the day, if he's profusely denying it and taking accountability for some stuff, then I would rather just believe him. Do you know what I'm saying? I would rather believe him. And I'm not praying for this man's downfall whatsoever. One thing that I will say though is, if this footage is Murad and he actually was the one who's capable of being racist towards black people, Asian people, white people, and this is actually him, then what he went through doesn't justify that. And that's extremely hard for me to say that, because I empathize with what he's been through. But I think often in society we do let people's actions slide because they've been through trauma. Trauma doesn't protect you from your actions. Trauma doesn't shield you from your actions. If he actually has actively been fetishizing black men and all this stuff, and these captions are him, then what he went through doesn't justify that. Because as I said, we have to break the cycle. We must break the cycle. And it's very important that you don't let it control you, and you be a better person off the back of your trauma, and you help others. Do you understand? But that's only if he did do it, and it's only if there's like proof that the captions are him. Because as far as we know, the captions weren't actually him, and someone's pieced that together. Someone's just taken his pictures from this sex site and just captioned it with whatever they want. You understand? So the point is, if it's him, there's no justification for it. There's no justification for it. But the point is, we don't actually know it's him, and I'd rather choose to believe that it's not. That's actually saying the captions for these things. But as I said, if you're capable of saying this, then surely you can be capable of saying that. I don't know. As I said, I'm just going to choose to believe him. Even making this video is a touchy subject, so I'm trying to handle it as maturely and as empathetic as possible. But at the end of the day, yeah, I will always stand by. No one deserves to go through what he went through as a teenager. It affects everyone differently. I'm sure we're going to find out more about this as the story develops. I'm sure Murad will take some time off social media and come back. But I think it's very important that his friends check up on him. He said something at the end of that video that was very alarming. He said that, you know, he didn't want to wake up to the next day and things like that. He explains how, you know, he studied clinical psychiatry, psychology and things like that because he wanted to know why he was such a freak or something like that. I think that's what he said. And I empathize, man. I am really so in tune with myself. I know exactly where I am and where I came from and why I am the person I am today and why I studied this and why I did this and why I did that. And I really hope that Murad can get to that point where he carries his demons and he gets on with them. Yeah, 2020 for me personally was a big year where I let go of all my demons, my hatred, my anger, my hatred towards the world, towards certain people. I let it all go. And I carry my demons hand in hand. We're friends now. You understand? That past don't affect me in any way, shape or form. I'm good. But I really hope that Murad can get to a point where he can live with that trauma. I hope he can make peace with that trauma. And yeah, you know, people aren't defined by their pasts. It's as simple as that. How he moves forward is very important. And yeah, listen, boy, I don't even know what to say on this one. Let me know your thoughts, man, and I'll see you lot in the next video. Peace.